What's up, guys? I'm so excited today to be showing off the new Nikon MC105 lens. I am going to be comparing it to the old 105 2.8, the G mount. We will be going through portraiture in different scenarios and of course ultra close up for the function of the lens. But for those of you that are portrait photographers that enjoy the 105, I want you to be able to see how amazing this lens is. So I'm just going to say right off the bat, before you even have to watch the whole video, I definitely recommend the new 105 as opposed to the old 105. It focuses faster in basically every single difficult situation. Now you will see that it did not focus as fast when I had plenty of light. It didn't focus as fast as the old 105, but in all other scenarios it focused faster. So I'm very pleased with that. And you will see that you have more range with this lens as well. So let's just get into the video and I will go through my findings. Okay, so one of the first things we're going to look at is portraiture in a controlled environment. These were taken at night. So I had one light and I had a foam core reflector underneath. You can kind of see it in the light there. It should be showing right there. You might be able to see it better in this one. You can kind of see there. Okay, so this is the old lens right here, the 2.8G. And I have been trying my best to figure out, maybe I accidentally focused on something around here and not the actual eye. I'm really having a problem figuring out what I focused on, especially when we go and take a look at the new lens. But you're going to see as we go through this video that this is actually a pattern. So as I spent time really trying to figure out what I focused on, it's just that the clarity of the new lens is really that much better. So here's the old one. And now I'm shooting wide open, but it says f3.2. And the reason is because with macro lenses, there's a certain point where it allows you to open up wide 2.8, whatever the widest aperture of it is. Macro lenses operate differently. So at certain distances, wide open would be, for this will be 3.2. That is going to be the widest that is going to let it open up. You'll see I have ISO 800 and 1/60th of a second for the shutter speed. Now I took these on a tripod so we could get the best, the closest results that we could. Let's look at the new lens. Pretty much the same photo. And the clarity blows the old one out of the park, and it's at f3.2 as well. All the other settings stay the same, and it was at the same distance on the tripod. So now let's compare the two together. Just look at that difference. It's definitely worth the money to me. Let's take a look at a few other ones. Okay, here is the old lens right here. We've got f3 on here. All other settings stayed the same. A little bit further away. Now let's go to the new lens. Now his face is a little more straight in this, so you're going to see that there's going to be more on that plane that would be in focus. But the clarity is still there so much better. So let's actually do a side by side. New lens to the right, old lens to the left. Absolutely gorgeous. This is my favorite picture that I have taken with the new lens. Okay, that grain in there is actually from a preset, so that was added in, but it's just the clarity, everything is so beautiful. Here's the original, so you see there's not all that grain that, that was in there. Okay, once again, this is the old lens. Now, you'll see that there's not a harsh shadow to the left here, and that's because we did this during the daytime. So you'll see I had the same settings and everything, except we have more light coming in from the left because I have a window open over there. I wanted to test it in different scenarios, and one of the things that I found was that The new lens operates better in every single condition, except for the easiest condition, and it's only a tad bit slower to focus than the older lens. So the older lens hunts, it's crazy, it doesn't perform well in weird lighting situations, but I'm going to go through this video and show you some backlit stuff, and you'll see how hard it is for the old one to focus. And then here is the new lens. And we will do a side by side. I think I focused on that eye, so I want to make sure I get it the same. Yes. So old lens here, new lens here. This lens allowed me to go to f3 on the old one, and the new one, it did the same, f3. Now, I did some I did some eye autofocus tests on these, and I'm just going to show you, I'm just going to put the video in for these so that you can see it and add the photos to it. So now we're going to test out the eye autofocus. Look up with this lens. Move this way just a bit. No, not so far.
I wanted to see it.
Oh, okay, well.
I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Oh, you missed the Legos.
Okay, sit down. So I have light coming from the background just to add something a little bit different into the photo to see how the camera and the lens work together. So, move your head that way just a bit. Come closer, just a bit, that's good. Oh, maybe I need to switch the, okay, now. Come a little bit closer. You gotta come a little closer, babe. It's having some trouble. Come a little closer. Oh, there we go. See, it wasn't in the right. Okay, now it's a little underexposed. Look up at the camera. Put your head down just a teeny bit. There you go. Down just a bit. Down just a bit more. Yeah, see, it's having some trouble there. Because that's definitely not in focus. Scoot up a little closer. Okay, scoot back. We're going to put this back in full. Look up at Mama. Look at Mama. Now scoot your head this way just a bit. Nope, scoot your head that way just a bit. Now the other side. Scoot over this way just a bit. Okay, well, this is a macro lens, so, you know, it was going to be a little bit difficult. Okay, we're outside. Here is the old lens. We're going to take a look at this beautiful swirling bokeh. I'm still in love with the old lens. Like, the 105 just produces such beautiful portraiture. There's a close-up. Now let's go to the old lens. I mean the new lens. Oh yeah, let's take a look. Okay, so it actually allowed me to shoot wide open at that distance away from the subject. Of course, I had it in full, which means it's over 1/2 meter away the subject is. So we have f2.8 going on, 2/50th of a second, ISO 125. I feel like there's more in focus here than there was on the old one. And it looks like, yeah, so it allowed me to go to f2.8 on the old one. But let's take a look at them side by side. Okay, so new on the left, old on the right. Let's zoom in just a little bit. just seems so much crisper to me on this new lens. Yeah, we got some footballs here on both of them. Let's go more towards the center of the lens and look at the bokeh coming through. So as you can see, it looks to me there's more football bokeh in the old lens, even at the center, than in the new lens. To me, I honestly think that the new lens is worth it to buy for sure. Okay, so here we are with the old lens, ISO 125, f3 is the widest it let me go, and 2/50th of a second. Shooting from a downward angle. Here's looking at the bokeh here too. Here's the new lens. F2.8 is what it allowed me to go to, and it's so much more clear, the point that I focused on. And let's take a look at that bokeh. It's hard to see. Much more round here, and then we're getting into the footballs here on the edge, of course. And let's do a side by side. Yep, see f3 on that one. So this was the old lens, and this is the new lens. Yeah, new lens is on the left, old lens is on the right. That round bokeh there for the new lens. The old lens, you can see it's already getting the footballs right in the middle, so I'm not going to harp on that too much, but okay, here's the old lens, f3. All the other settings are the same. Okay, now we're going to go to the new lens here, f2.8, because this lens is a beast. Okay, so let's do a side by side here. Old lens on the left, new lens on the right. One of the biggest differences you're going to see is in backlit scenarios and how fast the lens performs if you get it in your hands. So here we are, ISO 50, f2.8, 250 of a second. This is the new lens, and we can zoom in. Now, obviously, if I was shooting this like for real, I would have some sort of light source coming in from the front. But I wanted you guys to see it straight out of camera, just like this, no additional light, backlit. So this is the new lens. It performed extremely well. This is the old lens. Now, look, I want you to notice this clarity here, because when we go to the old lens, we also have flare. It's less contrast. It's not as clear. And it was f3 on this one, whereas this one, like I said, was 2.8. And here I am using I've got a tripod photographing my camera. I didn't have the camera my camera on the tripod. So, but it's the same exact placement, same exact place, and you'll see it on the video. So old one on the left, new one on the right. In my opinion, it's much more clear. Now we had the sun coming in right here on that one, but it's much more clear and I'm seeing more contrast. Okay, so you'll be able to see the biggest difference here. This is the old lens. This is the new lens on the left here. And it's just a massive difference in, look at that, it's got the flare coming through here. Okay, so we have the light coming in from behind with this lens, the new lens. No problem focusing. We're gonna go to the background and we're gonna go back to him. I had moved the, uh-oh. Let's go back to the eye. Okay. There we go. This is the old lens. See, it's hard to, it keeps hunting with that sun coming in from the back. We go to the background, now we'll go back to him. It's, you hear that and see that? I don't even think it got the shot. It didn't. So I went outside and I wanted to shoot some of my lavender. We're at f4.8 and this is the old lens. This is the closest distance and that is the widest aperture it would allow me to go to. Certain points obviously are in focus, that close of a distance and that wide of an aperture. Here is the new lens. It allowed me to go to f4.5. So even wider, all the other settings stay the same. Lots of clarity. Let's do a side by side. Of course, it's with this one, since this one allowed me to do a wider aperture, there's not going to be as much in focus as this one, but even the points that are in focus, as you can see, there is more clarity. So let's take a look at some other ones. New lens on the right, old lens on the left, new lens 4.5, old lens 4.8. Okay, so I've backed up a bit. I've also done F10, so I've changed my other settings. And this is the old lens here at F10. This is the new lens here at F10, same settings. And let's do a side by side. Old lens on the left, new lens on the right, F10. Okay, so this is the new lens, Apollo. Very fast focusing. Put your Lego down, please. Put your head down kind of like that. Yeah, there you go, okay. Now let's do a real smile, okay? Okay, so I would have to scoot back a little bit further to get the f2.8 going on. We're the full function on the lens, so we are further than half a meter away, and so that's where we're at there. But I wanted to show you how fast this focus does. Okay, there's that. And then we're gonna go to this. So we got as close to f2.8 as we could. We would have to back up a little bit to get that. All right, now this is the old lens. Don't move, okay? Look at mama and stop that, okay? No, no, sit back down just a bit. The way you were, yeah. Craziness. Now let's go to the back. Okay. And that lens is also at full and not at the 1/2 meter. Man, that one just did much faster, but last night seemed to go slower. But then again, last night was nighttime and now I've got natural light. So I may want to experiment with that just a little bit more. Okay, so here's the old lens. And we are going to focus on his eye. We're very close right now, less than 1/2 meter. And as long as he doesn't move, we're good. Now we're gonna use the new lens. Oh, maybe you are closer?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let's switch this to less than 1/2 meter. There we go. Okay, down just a bit. There, okay, that's good. Okay, don't move. Perfect, all right. Oh yeah, I like that, okay. If you keep moving, I can't take the picture. Nice, all right, now move your head out of the way, just a minute. Oh yeah, nice. Aren't you a model today? You gotta quit moving. No, it's not wanting to focus. Scoot closer. Ah, that's why. Oh, nice. Just gotta scoot a little closer. Okay. Closer. That's good, that's good. Let's stay just like that. You gotta quit moving, okay? Okay. Now,
Can I see all the pictures?
hold on, I wanna do the background, so just move your head. All right? Just move your head that way. There you go. No, just move your head that way. Oh, that's right, it's not at full. All right, let's put it at full and then move your head that way. All right, yeah, perfect. Move your head back and scoot back just a bit. Very fast to focus. Yes,
Can I
how
see?
nice.
Can I see?
So here's the little studio setup that I had for the studio type shots. I'm a little kind of makeshift clamshell lighting going on here because my reflector was in the car, but they worked good enough to get the dark circles out from under his eyes. And then this is the area that we had right here for the other shot. Now we're going to compare jewelry. This is the new lens and here's the old lens, and I will put them up side by side so we can get a good look. So the new lens is on the left and the old lens is on the right. The settings are ISO 2000, f13, 1/25th of a second. Okay, so now we are going to f18 with the new lens on the right, the old lens on the left. Now we're going to look at f22. So we have the new lens on the left, old lens on the right. I'm seeing that the old lens has a little bit more of a sort of a graininess to it. So we had the ISO up at like 5,000, I think. So it's going to be pretty high anyway, but if we're looking closely, I'm seeing the old lens having more grain. Uh-oh. Looks like somebody has a dirty sensor. Okay, well, now I'm embarrassed, guys, because my sensor is dirty. In this set of photos, I was trying to see what the closest, what the widest aperture would be at the closest distance. On the new lens, it's 4.5. On the old lens, it was 4.8. And we can take a look. Look at that. Now, I believe the old lens was on the left, correct? Yes, the old lens is on the left, and we've got that chromatic aberration going on like crazy. Look at that. Wow. There's the magenta, there's the green. Not seeing any of that in the new lens. Unreal. Here are a few little video clips I did and slowed down. I shot in 60 frames per second and then slowed them down. This video has gotten way too long, so we are going to have a different video about the video capabilities with this lens. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. I'm so excited to have this lens in my hands and to be able to use it. If this video helped you in any way, please let me know and subscribe as well. And I will see you guys next time.